Well, the Mets have made their move in the bullpen. Guys, it's all things Mets. Where it's your latest Mets media. Everything you know about the Mets on the channel. Definitely do leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let's get into today's content video, and that is going to be about the bullpen news, guys. Yes, Danny Young has been optioned to Syracuse, and they decided to keep Daniel Nunez, who has been a really good reliever for the Mets so far. Definitely Edwin Diaz, though, is going to be activated today. The Mets need Edwin Diaz so bad, and this bullpen needs so much help. And when it comes to a guy like Danny Young, he was very, very impressive with his time with the Mets, and he's going to be in AAA, but definitely has an ERA of 1.90, 1.90 career-wise, but 1.00 with the Mets so far. So I think when it comes to Danny Young, he's been a really good reliever for the Mets, a good lefty option, a guy that has a good slider, has some good stuff. But, when it comes to the Mets, Edwin Diaz had to be back. There needed to be a corresponding move, to get this guy. And, it is what it is at this point. But I'm going to tell you this, Daniel Nunez has earned the job. He's definitely has been pitching so great. He's 28 years old. This guy really, it's not like he came out of nowhere, but definitely, he made his major league debut this year, and he has an ERA of 2.30, with the Mets so far, 15.2 innings. When it comes to that situation, the Mets need bullpen help. And, a lot of guys in the bullpen, Reed Garrett, Drew Smith, all these type of guys, sometimes they can't really be trusted. And we've seen what happens with the bullpen and the toll that it took when Edwin Diaz, wasn't himself and really blew some saves and, and had basically a bullpen, pitching meltdown, to be honest, because Edwin Diaz just was not the same, and they literally put him in the IL. Listen, I don't know if he's hurt. I don't know if he was hurt or something, but he had to check something out. Hopefully he fixed whatever he had to fix. He needed to have some confidence in his slider, some confidence in his fastball, and hopefully he has gained that confidence back. But Carlos Mendoza has said that he is going to be the closer for this team. They need him to be the closer for this team. This team is built around Edwin Diaz being the closer. Guys like Reed Garrett, guys like Drew Smith, guys like Ottavino can step in, but they're not really trustworthy like a Edwin Diaz. But Carlos Mendoza is hoping that he gets back to Edwin Diaz that, he thinks that he's going to get. And Edwin Diaz has really, really good stuff. He's one of the best closers in baseball. I still believe that. I really still believe Edwin Diaz has good stuff. He just has to trust his stuff, pitch a little more smart. And, there's just certain situations where you have to pitch the slider, pitch the fastball, and, make good pitches. And, let's hope that Edwin Diaz is back because we need him so bad. But it sucks for Danny Young. I think Danny Young will be back in the bullpen soon. I just think that he and Nunez were the only guys who had options, and Danny Young has pitched really, really good. Only 9 innings, with the Mets so far, and Nunez had 15.2 innings. So there's more of a sample size with Nunez than there is with Danny Young, but from what I saw from Danny Young is really, really impressive. So I think personally the Mets had to make a move. And me personally, I think Sean Reed-Foley or Ottavino should have went. But those guys would have to be DFA'd and they don't have options. And the Mets, don't want to give up on Ottavino yet, which I don't think Ottavino has been good at all. I think he's been horrible for the Mets. And also a guy like Sean Reed-Foley is a guy that, doesn't have much control, has a lot of walks on the season. So when it comes to these situations, David Stearns have to make those hard decisions. He has to make those hard decisions. And he decided to do this. He decided to, option Danny Young. I think we will see Danny Young back in the majors, though. So let's not, let's just hope we do. I'm sure we will. All the times bullpen pitchers, come up from Syracuse and go down. But when it comes to Nunez, you can only option a guy 5 times in the season. And Nunez, has been optioned a couple of times. So we got to be careful with Nunez and option him too many times because, you don't want to option him in 5 times or none of that. So I think when it comes to this situation, the Mets had to make a move, and they did what they had to do. And hopefully this works out for the Mets. Hopefully we get the Edwin Diaz back that Carlos Mendoza thinks that he's going to get. So I think Edwin Diaz is, like I said, one of the best closers in all of baseball. Maybe not right now, but definitely he can be. He just has really, really good stuff. Yes, his fastball velocity has been down, ever since the injury, but we'll see at the end of the day. I really think that this bullpen needs Edwin Diaz to be Edwin Diaz. They need him to be the closer for this team. They need him to show up for this team. They need him to be the guy to lock things down and save those games. So that is my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think about the news of, with the Nunez situation, with the Diaz, and Danny Young. Let me know what you think about the bullpen news. And yeah, man, I'm out of here. Have a good one.